Now, the best way to learn about views is by actually using it. And so to teach you how to use views, what we're going to do right now, we are going to recreate this block using just views. Now, let me just zoom out a bit more so you can see it fully. Now, this block will have a title of favorites. It will have a bit of text below the heading, and then it will display 3 articles with the following fields: image, title, author, and a truncated version of the body field. And then right down at the bottom, there will be a link to view more articles. Now, this view will be configured to only show articles which have been flagged as a favorite. Now, for an editor to flag an article as a favorite, all they'll have to do is simply edit the article and then check a checkbox, which means we'll have to create a new field on the article content type called favorite. So with that, let's start building the view. So let me go back to my site, and what I'll do is I'll go to structure and then click on views. And then from here, you can see all of the available views. And then down at the bottom, you can see all the disabled ones. And so to create a view, just click on add view and then enter in a view name. This one we'll call favorites block. And if you want, you can add in a description. And then from the view settings section, you select what content you want to query. Now, most of these are fieldable entities. And so fieldable entities such as taxonomy terms, users, custom blocks, comments, all of those will automatically have integration with views. Now, we're going to leave this as content because we want to query the content types such as basic page and article. But you will see that there is content revisions. And so if you want to create a view based off of the content revision data, well, you can do so. But for us, we're just going to focus on content. And then here from the of type, you can automatically select what content type you want to filter by, but we'll leave that set to all. And then here from the sorted by dropdown, we'll just leave it as unsorted. And then if we scroll down, you can select if you want to create a page or a block. Now for us, because this is a block, we're going to simply check create a block. And then let's change the block title to favorites, but we can change that later on. And then let's leave the display format as it is because again, we can change this stuff later on. So go ahead and click on save and edit. So this is the views UI. As you can see, there's a lot to learn here. And then if you click on advanced, you have even more crazy stuff, but we're not going to focus on the advanced stuff just yet. And then below, you have an actual preview of the view, which is very handy when you are trying to build out a view. You don't have to refresh 10,000 times. Let's start right at the title. If you want to change it to the title, you can do so just by clicking on this and changing the title. This will be the title which is used as the block title because we are creating a block, but if you were to create a page, it'll be the page title. And from the format section, you configure the style of the view as well as the style of the individual rows. If we click on unformatted list, from here, you have 4 options: unformatted list, table, HTML list, and grid. Now, an unformatted list is pretty self-explanatory. It's just an unformatted list of content. And then if you want to make changes to the list, just click on settings right here, and then you can add in different classes and you can configure things a bit differently. But then if we click on unformatted list and then change it to table and then click on apply and then click on apply again, it'll change the view to a table listing. And so this is useful for creating backend admin screens. And then if we scroll back up and change it to HTML list, well, this is going to change it to an actual HTML list. And then you can change the list type from here. So by default, it is an unordered list, but if you want, you can change it to an ordered list. And then if we scroll down, you can see that it is an ordered list. And then you can even change it to a grid. And let's just click on apply, and here you can see it as a grid. But for now, we're just going to switch it back to unformatted list. And then from this show section, you can control what each row will look like. So right now, it's simply outputting the fields. And right now, in this field section, we only have a single field, and that's called title. But we can display actual view modes. So if I click on fields and then select content and click on apply, we can actually select different view modes. So let me just select teaser. And then if I scroll down, you can see that now our articles are displayed using the teaser view mode. And normally, if you were to create a views page, 9 times out of 10, I would recommend that you list out your content using a view mode. But because we are building a block, let's just switch it back to fields. So with all of that, let's just click on save, just to make sure everything is saved. And let's add the block to a region. So let me just quickly scroll down and have a look. Okay, this is looking okay. And now let's add this block to a region so we can see it on the front end. So to do that, just click on structure and then click on block layout, and then scroll all the way down and click on place block in the sidebar first region, and then search for favorite. And then here you can see our favorites block, and then click on place block. And let's just leave everything as it is and click on save block. And then just simply reorder the block so it's right up the top, and then click on save blocks. And then if we go to the home page, we should see our favorites block here on the left.